I started doing drugs probably when I was about 14, hanging around with a bad crowd, you know, not good teenager stuff. I was skipping classes every day, sneaking out at night. I never really physically got addicted to anything up until I hit 17. And then I had a couple of kidney surgeries. I was prescribed a bunch of opiates. I was taking those for about a month, and when they ran out, they ran out. And I was super sick, like had no idea that I was sick from the pain medicine. The doctor, he was like, I think you're withdrawing. And they told me the best thing to do would be to go home and write it out. So I did that, but I also became in love with opiates. I switched to heroin. Pain pills were getting harder to find. Heroin was cheaper and you didn't need nearly as much to get your high off of it. That was about 2014. Just about that whole year I was doing heroin off and on. Ended up getting clean. I relapsed, but I switched my drug of choice to methamphetamine. The whole year of 2015, I looked really bad. I looked really bad. I mean, the whites of my eyes were yellow. I was bone thin. I looked like a walking skeleton. And I went to an out-of-state facility in California when I got clean from that. I stayed clean for almost a year. And then I relapsed on heroin November 10th of 2016, and I overdosed in my house. I went to jail November 23rd of 2016. My first court date, my probation officer was there. He was like, this is all the time you're facing, and I'm gonna make sure you do it all. And it was literally 3 years in prison, no less. I mean, I was so terrified in that moment. Like, I was faint. My face was like pale white. I got time served in Morgan County for 4.5 months and then had to go back to Johnson. I sat in Johnson County for maybe another 3 months, I'd say. And then last minute, the judge granted me to be released to Greenwood City Recovery Court. They kind of court ordered me to do adult and child. I didn't know exactly what I was getting myself into with adult and child because I am not really the kind of person that typically talks about myself or talks about my feelings. I started out in IOP 3 days a week. Then I switched to one-on-ones, and then I was doing an aftercare group after I graduated out of IOP, which is what I still do now. The things that group did for me was it taught me to come out of my shell a little bit. I learned how to be able to tell people things, be able to trust people, and it has been really helpful. I'm really close with Jen. I've been seeing Jen for so long now that it's just, she knows me and I'm comfortable with her. I tell her anything. It's just, I'm really close with her. Being in jail was a big wake-up call to me. I kind of changed myself and changed my way of thinking while I was in jail. When I got out, I saw that as a second chance. I'm just a 100% different person all the way around than from when I was using. The old me would not have kept going when it was that hard. I'm more humble of a person, I'm more caring, I'm more giving. I never really actually knew my own personality until I got clean and stayed clean for this long. So it's been kind of a shocker, you know, see the real me come out. I want to become a recovery coach, and I would actually like to get employed through Adult and Child. My words of wisdom, I guess, would be to hold on, keep doing what you're doing. I mean, you gotta want it or nothing is going to work for you. Even if you don't want it now, maybe you'll want it after so long of doing classes or IOP. Hopefully you'll learn to want it. I would say don't give up. I can't tell you how many times I've wanted to say screw it and just walk away. I kept pushing because it means a lot to me to get through this, so.